Hello everyone, welcome back to the Shadow and Screen Talk, the podcast where we explore how classic literature comes alive on screens. Today's episode is very exciting because we are discussing about the newly released movie adaptation of William Faulkner, A Rose for Emily. Joining me today are the creative mind behind the movie, our director, the scriptwriter, the editor, and the actor who brought Barron to life on screen. Can you guys introduce yourself?
Hello viewers, I am Aziqrul Amin, the director of A Rose for Emily the movie.
Hi, my name is Nurul Najwa, and I am the scriptwriter.
You might know me as Barron in A Rose for Emily, and my name is Shah.
Hi everyone, my name is Aifah Zahirah, and I am in charge in editing the movie. So basically, I am the editor.
Now that we have already know each other, let us start right away. Us off, director, could you briefly walk us through the plot structure of the movie?
Of course, the movie closely follows William Faulkner's original story, but present it in a mostly linear structure to help viewers understand the tragedy more clearly. Okay, let's see. We begin with Emily Grierson's death, where the towns gather for her funeral, right? From there, the story unfolds through key moments in her life: her strained relationship with her father, her isolation, and her controversial romance with Barron.
Yes, and we preserve the major plot points, starting from Emily refusing to pay her taxes, then keeping her father's coat for 3 days, not to mention that strange smells coming from her house, and finally, the shocking discovery after her death.
The climax was unforgettable.
Yes, it was, especially on the final reveal where they entered the locker room and they found the decayed body on the bed and they found the grey hair on the pillow. So that's the moment where the story comes together.
I remember laying on the bed until I accidentally fell asleep during that scene, and I guess everyone can already expect the ending. Yes, I die after being poisoned by Emily. She wanted to keep me by her side forever.
Let's talk about the characters, starting with the complex one, Emily Grierson.
In the short story, Emily is distant and mysterious because everything is told through the townspeople gossip. While in the movie, we wanted to humanize her. Her loneliness, fear of abandonment, and mental decline are shown visually through her expression, posture, and silence.
Okay, she also holds quite a pride from her noble status that can be seen from both in the narrative of the short story and her visual in the movie. You can see it in her outdated clothing and the way she carries herself, which reflects her noble background.
Now, let's hear from the man himself, Barron.
In the short story, Homer is almost a shadow. He's mentioned more than he's shown. In the movie, I was portrayed as more charismatic and emotionally present. So the relationship with Emily feels real. That makes my disappearance and fate much more impactful.
Yes, and the townspeople were actually important too. Their stares, whispers, and judgment visually actually reinforce of social pressure that Emily lived under in the short story and the movie.
This movie carry heavy themes. Directed, what stood out the most?
Okay, as for the strongest theme, it is first isolation. Emily's house, the empty rooms, and the dim light constantly remind us that she is alone even when surrounded by people.
Another major theme is death and decay. In the short story, it is described by dust, shadows, and locked doors. In the movie, decay is visual. The crumbling house, the muted colors, and the final shocking discovery.
And let's not forget love and obsession. The movie shows Emily's fear of losing someone again, which explains though doesn't justify her actions.
That's right. That's why the atmosphere of this movie was intentionally dark, tragic, and gothic. Other than that, the music and pacing also plays a very crucial role to build suspense in the movie, other than we only rely on the shock itself.
So, one big difference between the short story and the movie is narrative structure.
Exactly. The short story is non-linear and narrated by the townspeople, which create mystery but emotionally distant.
Well, the movie shift to mostly linear timeline, allowing viewers to sympathize with Emily more easily.
Yes, and the pacing was also crucial. As we all know, the short story version is slow and reflective. Meanwhile, in the movie, we use tighter editing to maintain tension without confusing the audience.
What would you say is the biggest change from page to screen?
I would say the emotional focus. The movie expands Emily and Homer's relationship, making it more personal.
The short story emphasized symbolism and language. The movie emphasized clarity and emotional resonance.
Before wrap up, let's hear some personal thoughts.
For me, personally, I prefer the movie version. And no, this is not because I was involved in the editing team, but it is because we can see the storyline clearer and the movie shows emotional powerful to the audience.
I agree. Seeing Emily's loneliness made the story more heartbreaking.
I still appreciate the short story a little bit more. It is mystery and short reveal, which make the ending more disturbing.
Okay, well, both versions succeeded in different ways, and that's what makes this adaptation meaningful.
As a group, how would you reflect a rose for Emily as a whole?
Alright, we believe the movie is clearer, especially for the first-time viewer.
But the short story remained more psychologically impactful.
The most shocking moments for all of us was discovering the body that completely changed how we see Emily.
Yeah, and ultimately the story actually shows us how loneliness, control, and social pressure can actually destroy a person.
We'll see. A rose for Emily remind us when society watch but never helps. Tragedy grows quietly behind the closed door. Thank you for listening to Shadow and Screen Talk. Until next time, keep watching, keep reading, and keep questioning.